Good morning, everybody. Today is the 51st segment of Think Before You Speak, the laws of Shemirat Halashon, with clarity and a few stories. Today, our halachot Lilu Nishmat, the Chafetz Chaim Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha, Lilu Nishmat Luz Aliza Bat Henriette and her children that passed in the fire. As well, these halachot are dedicated to the Shmirah and the Hatzlacha Gdola of our Bnei Chabura and Klal Yisrael. As well, these halachot are dedicated for the Hatzlacha Gdola and the Shmirah Ma'alya Min HaShamayim for Chaim Davido ben Chayesara. The halachot today are titled Correcting Injustice. So now picture this. You're looking out your window and you see this delivery guy from the local grocery carelessly pull up into your neighbor's driveway, and as he rips into the driveway, he hits the neighbor's metal fence, bending and breaking the fence. The guy gets out of the car, out of the van, runs up to see the damage he caused, and makes nothing of it. He goes and gets the boxes, delivers it to a different house, and then comes back to his van and rips out of the driveway, again carelessly, and drives down the block as nothing happened. Now you know who this delivery guy is, and you know his boss. You know the business that he works for. You want to go now and tell on him because you want to correct the injustice that took place. Are you allowed to step up now and tell his boss what took place for the sake of the compensation of the damage that your neighbor sustained due to this driver's carelessness, and also to say something to the guy? This guy's dangerous. Well, the halacha states that there are certain conditions that you need to meet in order to be able to tell the boss to do something about this guy. And the way we'll remember it is eyes, approach, exaggerate, constructive, no other way. Again, the first step is you need to see it with your own eyes. Number two, you need to approach the guy yourself first and tell him, hey, you're acting really careless. Come on, go up to the neighbor's house and make good on what you did and the damage you caused and pay them for it. Number three, exaggerate. You're not allowed to exaggerate when telling the boss of what exactly took place. In other words, if you try to approach the guy and it doesn't help, and now you have to go to the boss, you tell him exactly what took place, but don't exaggerate. Number four, it has to be for a constructive purpose. It can't be out of personal hatred. And number five, there's no other way to get this done. If there's another way to get this guy to fix what he did wrong, then that's the way to go. Going to his boss and telling on him is the last and only result. So for clarity, let's just quickly recap. What did we got? Eyes, approach, exaggerate, constructive, no other way. Again, you had to see it with your own eyes. You approach the driver first. If that doesn't work, then you go to the boss, but you can't exaggerate. It has to be for a constructive purpose, no personal hatred. And at the same time, there's no other way to get this done. Then you're allowed to go to his boss and tell him what you saw and get him to straighten the guy out, to drive normally, but at the same time, to make amends and to compensate the person that he caused the damage to. You know what's interesting? We get drawn into situations that we see constantly. And when you're watching something like this unfold, and there's such an injustice involved, how the guy just drove off, you get angry. And that personal anger starts to build and burn. And then the time you go out there to speak to him, or even his boss, at that point, it's coming from a place that's not kosher and not halachically permitted either. It's coming from personal hatred instead of a constructive purpose. Don't make it personal, because then it's asur. Do it just to help out on a constructive way. Thank you for listening.